Graham Norton humiliates Prince Harry on live TV. Shocking ejection stuns audience. The tension was palpable. The cameras rolled, the lights shone brightly, and in the heart of BBC's Studio 8H, what was supposed to be just another high-profile interview took a shocking turn that no one saw coming. Graham Norton, the legendary talk show host known for his razor-sharp wit, turned his spotlight on Prince Harry, and what followed was a takedown of royal proportions. From the moment Prince Harry took his seat, it was clear that this wouldn't be a routine interview. As the crowd eagerly watched, expecting the usual light-hearted banter, Norton wasted no time in sinking his teeth into what he saw as the glaring hypocrisy of Harry's media presence. With a smirk, he leaned forward and delivered the first of many biting jabs. "So tell me, Harry, is there any part of your life you haven't sold yet?" The audience gasped, then laughed uneasily. But Harry? He stiffened. His infamous memoir Spare had been a global bestseller, but it also painted a portrait of a man caught between his desire for privacy and his willingness to exploit his royal past for lucrative deals. Norton was about to rip that contradiction wide open. Privacy? What privacy? Norton exposes Harry's contradictions. You say you value privacy, yet here you are on another TV show promoting a book where you expose every detail about your family. I mean, do you have a word count quota or something? The crowd erupted in laughter. Norton's impeccable timing and sharp tongue had found its target. Harry, visibly uncomfortable, attempted to defend himself, claiming that Spare was his way of telling his side of the story. But Norton wasn't buying it. Of course, because multi-million-dollar book deals and Netflix documentaries are the only way to tell your truth. Silly me. The jabs kept coming. Norton accused Harry of profiting off his royal lineage while simultaneously condemning it. He questioned how the prince could advocate for mental health awareness while launching public attacks on his family, knowing full well the damage it could cause. If your family is as awful as you say, why keep talking about them? Why not just move on? Or is the money too good to give up? Harry shifted in his seat, clearly rattled. He tried to counter, saying he had every right to share his experiences. But Norton wasn't finished. The final straw, Graham Norton ejects Prince Harry from the studio. As the interview spiraled into brutal territory, Harry became visibly frustrated. The prince, unaccustomed to being challenged so directly, attempted to take control of the conversation. "I think we should focus on the importance of mental health rather than making this personal," he said. But Norton wasn't about to let him off the hook. "Oh, I agree. Mental health is incredibly important, especially for people who have to listen to you complain about palace life from the comfort of your Montecito mansion." The audience gasped again, and before Harry could respond, Norton dropped the bombshell that would make headlines around the world. "You know what, Harry? I think we've heard enough. Security, I think we're done here." The live audience fell into stunned silence. No one had expected the interview to take such a turn. Within seconds, security personnel stepped onto the stage, and the Duke of Sussex, now humiliated beyond belief, was escorted out of the studio. The moment was surreal. Was this really happening? A prince of the United Kingdom, being thrown out of a talk show like an unruly guest? The camera lingered on Norton, who took a sip of his drink and smirked. "Well, that was fun. Now let's move on to someone who actually wants to be here." The audience erupted into applause, while social media exploded. Global fallout. Buckingham Palace responds. Within hours, clips of the incident went viral, flooding Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. The reactions were explosive. Some called Norton a hero for saying what many had been thinking. Others were outraged, accusing him of humiliating Harry for entertainment. Buckingham Palace, usually silent on Harry's media antics, issued a rare statement. His Majesty is deeply disappointed by the events that transpired. Prince Harry remains a valued member of the family, and we will not be commenting further on this matter. Disappointed but not outraged. A telling choice of words. Public divided. Was Norton right to roast Prince Harry? As expected, the public reaction was split. Many viewers applauded Norton for his brutal honesty, arguing that someone needed to call out Harry's contradictions. He wants privacy but keeps doing interviews. "Graham just said what we were all thinking," one viewer tweeted. Others, however, felt Norton went too far. Humiliating someone on live TV isn't comedy, it's bullying. "You can disagree with Harry, but this was uncalled for," another user posted. Meanwhile, late-night hosts and comedians had a field day. Memes flooded the internet. One viral clip showed a parody version of Harry knocking on Norton's studio door, only to be met with a no-entry sign. Prince Harry's image in tatters. What's next? For Harry, the damage was undeniable. His public image had already been on shaky ground, with criticism mounting over his Netflix deals, his controversial interviews, and his endless grievances about the royal family. But this was different. This wasn't a carefully controlled interview. This wasn't a sympathetic host feeding him questions. This was a high-profile roasting on live TV, witnessed by millions. And for the first time, Prince Harry wasn't the one controlling the narrative. Reports suggest that Harry has retreated from public view, deeply embarrassed by the encounter. Some insiders claim he is reconsidering future media appearances. Others say this could be a turning point, an overdue wake-up call. But one thing is certain. Graham Norton just did something that no royal biographer, no journalist, and no critic had managed to do before. He made Prince Harry face the truth. And the world watched.